The year was 1938. High in the treacherous, mist-shrouded Bayan Kara Ula Mountains, on the remote borderlands between Tibet and China, a team of archaeologists, led by Professor Chi Te, was on a mission. Their goal, to find ancient caves, rumored to hold secrets of forgotten peoples. The journey itself was an arduous one, with biting winds and the thin air of the high altitude testing their resolve at every step. Yet, anticipation, a constant companion, spurred them onward. After weeks of relentless searching, they stumbled upon a series of interconnected caves, carved deep into the mountainside. As the archaeologists ventured into the cool, silent darkness, their lamps cast dancing shadows on walls covered with ancient carvings. These weren't the familiar depictions of local wildlife or hunting scenes. Instead, they depicted strange, star-like patterns and figures with unusually large heads and slender bodies, their faces devoid of human features. There was an unsettling quality to these images, a sense of something profoundly different. Then, in a particularly secluded chamber, amidst the dusty debris of centuries, they made a truly astonishing discovery. Scattered across the cave floor were hundreds of curious stone discs. Each one was about 9 inches in diameter, with a circular hole in its center and a delicate, almost microscopic groove spiraling outwards from the hole to the rim, like an ancient record. They were heavy in the hand, smooth to the touch, and seemed to hum with an unspoken history. Professor Chi Te and his team were bewildered. What were these objects? No known civilization in the region created anything remotely similar. They carefully collected a selection of the discs, along with other artifacts found in the caves, and painstakingly transported them back to the University of Beijing for further study. For 2 decades, the Dropa Stones, as they came to be known, sat largely unnoticed in the university's archives. The world was gripped by war and its aftermath, and these peculiar relics from a forgotten cave in a remote corner of China seemed to hold little immediate significance. Scientists occasionally examined them, puzzled by their unusual composition, which seemed to contain high levels of cobalt and other hard-to-explain metals. The spiraling grooves, too, defied easy explanation. It wasn't until 1962 that a breakthrough, or perhaps a new layer of mystery, emerged. Dr. Tsum Um Nui, a Chinese scientist, took on the formidable task of deciphering the strange hieroglyphics etched into the spiral grooves of some of the discs. For years, he painstakingly worked, his patience as profound as the silence of the ancient stones. The language was unlike anything he had ever encountered, a complex system of tiny symbols that seemed to defy all known linguistic patterns. Finally, after what must have felt like an eternity, Dr. Tsum Um Nui announced his findings. The discs, he claimed, contained an incredible, almost unbelievable narrative. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that bring history's greatest mysteries to life. They told the story of an extraterrestrial spacecraft that crash-landed in the Bayan Kara Ula Mountains 12,000 years ago. The occupants of the ship, described as Dropa, were unable to repair their vessel and were left stranded on Earth. The inscriptions detailed their peaceful intentions, their initial attempts to communicate with the local inhabitants, and the fear and suspicion that initially greeted them. The Dropa, according to the stones, were small, frail beings who struggled to adapt to Earth's environment. The local people, referred to as the Ham, initially hunted them, believing them to be demons. However, as time passed, understanding slowly began to blossom. The stones spoke of the Dropa sharing their advanced knowledge, their science, and their understanding of the cosmos with the Ham people. They described the difficulties of integration, the struggles for survival, and ultimately, the eventual demise of the Dropa, leaving behind these very stones as their legacy. a silent testament to their journey and their presence. The implications of Dr. Tsum Um Nui's translation were staggering. Could this be genuine evidence of ancient alien contact? The scientific community, as expected, reacted with a mixture of skepticism and outright dismissal. The very idea challenged fundamental understandings of human history and the origins of civilization. Many questioned the authenticity of the stones, the reliability of the translation, and even the existence of Dr. Tsum Um Nui himself. The Chinese government, while never officially confirming or denying the claims, largely remained silent on the matter, adding to the shroud of mystery surrounding the Dropa Stones. Despite the official silence and the widespread skepticism, the story of the Dropa Stones refused to fade. Researchers and enthusiasts from around the world became captivated by the tale. They sought out more information, hoping to verify the claims, to find tangible proof that could validate such an extraordinary narrative. However, concrete evidence remained elusive. Many of the original photographs of the stones were reportedly lost or destroyed. Dr. Tsum Um Nui's original research papers were never widely published or thoroughly peer-reviewed by the international scientific community. The stones themselves, after their initial study, seemed to disappear from public view, their whereabouts becoming a subject of intense speculation and conspiracy theories. Some claimed they were hidden away in secret government vaults, while others believed they were never real to begin with. Yet, the questions lingered. What of the unusual carvings in the caves, the strange physical properties of the discs themselves, and the persistent accounts from local villagers, passed down through generations of small, yellow-skinned beings with large heads who descended from the sky in ancient times? Could these be echoes of a truth far stranger than fiction? Today, the Dropa Stones remain one of history's most compelling and controversial enigmas. They stand as a silent challenge to our understanding of the past, a tantalizing whisper from the depths of time that asks us to consider the unimaginable. Were they a sophisticated hoax, a grand tale spun to capture the imagination? Or are they, as some believe, a genuine artifact of extraterrestrial visitation, a cosmic message etched in stone, waiting for humanity to truly grasp its profound meaning? The answer, for now, remains lost in the swirling mists of the Bayan Kara Ula mountains, a secret held tightly by the ancient stones themselves.